Chris Laushin, thank you for the kind words, brother. Organizer, lead organizer, advocate with Coalition for Just and Equitable California. California's first, only, so far as we know, organization, movement born for reparations for people whose ancestors built this country. We have a particular definition of reparations. So my question is going to be, one, do you agree with the definition, and do you agree with who the target is? So let me just say what the definition and target is, and who we're talking about here. So we talking about reparations. We're talking about cash payments, so the return of the money that my ancestors worked for, plus financial and tangible assets to build wealth over generations, plus lineage-based eligibility, meaning specifically for the people whose ancestors built this country. So one, the question is, do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, great answer.
I'll elaborate, but the answer is yes. So go ahead. Yeah.
The second question is, follow-up is, so are you willing in your first term as governor to tell the legislature to send you a bill, bring me a bill for cash payments for the descendants of people who were enslaved in this country? That's the second part of the question.
Okay, yeah. These are easy questions.
Easy one.
Go ahead.
Follow up quickly.
Okay.
So what we've been experiencing over the past few years, we've been pushing reparations at the state level, is we've been obstructed, blocked by specifically members of the California Legislative Black Caucus, not the California Legislative Black Caucus. That caucus.
Ooh, sorry.
Please, thank you. So that caucus has 12 members, 9 or so from the LA area. They claim to represent all of California's 2.5 million black voters or people. If you add up all the black people in their district, it's not even half of the California black population. So the question is, are you willing to ask for that bill, demand that bill gets sent to you, even over the objections of California's Legislative Black Caucus?
Okay, so also yes, so that's the trifecta, the 3 yeses, and I'll try to go in reverse order with just some quick elaborations. So, and maybe I can even work this into all one story. So, y'all have seen me running for office since I ran as vice president. You may not know that Jill asked me if I would consider running as the VP 24 hours after I met her online.
Yes.
I interviewed Jill for my social media platform, and 24 hours later, I got a call from her team. They asked me to get on a Zoom. Her whole team is on the Zoom, and they asked me if I would consider running as the vice presidential candidate. Now, why am I bringing this up? It actually ties all 3 pieces of the question together. So the first thing is that in that interview that I did with Jill on my social media platform, I asked her, what is your position on reparations? Because I had just watched a video, actually I posted a video of Kamala Harris when she was asked about reparations. And she hemmed and hawed and shucked and jived for about 2.5 minutes. Right, and then she finally said, well, we're gonna do, home ownership programs for low-income families and this, that, and the other. And she was asked by the interviews, but those are programs for all poor people. And she said, I'm never going to do anything that only helps black people. That's what Kamala said.
No surprise.
Right, and here I was thinking yeah, because when has America ever done anything that only hurt black people? Right? It's wild. So I asked Jill about reparations, and she said they behave as though it's incalculable, but it's been calculated many times. It's at least $14 trillion that is owed to the descendants of the enslaved, and I'm in favor of cash payments.
Okay.
Check. Because if she hadn't given that answer, then we wouldn't have had anything to talk about. But I'm going to connect that to the last part of your question. Of course, I'd be willing to expend the political capital to hold the feet of the Black Caucus to the fire, because I'm willing to expend all of the political capital that I have to deliver on health care and housing and reparations and land back and the protection of immigrant rights. Because before that day, A brother was chilling with a great job at UCSB. I make a great salary and I love what I do. And if delivering on all of those promises makes me the most unpopular politician in the history of California politics, but I get y'all health care and reparations and housing first and land back, I will be the happiest person to just go back to my office and my books and my beautiful son and my beautiful wife. With God as my witness, which means that I'm going to expend everything that I can of political capital to deliver. If they try to block universal single-payer health care, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm doing it by executive order on day one and then make them come take it back. And I'm going to do the same thing with reparations, and I'm going to do the same thing with indigenous sovereignty and land back, because I ain't no damn politician. I'm a freedom fighter.
That's right.
And I'll bet you that doing all of those things will not make me the least popular. I think that that's what the people are waiting for. I think that that's what the people want, is somebody that is willing to stand on business and stand on principle. The second question in between them, just remind me of my second yes, because I got the first one and the third one. Oh, agreeing with the definition, yes. I believe in lineage-based reparations for the descendants of the enslaved. My ancestors on my father's side go back to Ware County, Georgia, where in WPA narratives written in 1929 with interviews with the last generation to have lived as slaves as children, they described 3 white men, a father, a son, and a nephew, that owned 1,300 enslaved human beings across 3 plantations. And almost everyone you know that has the name Ware goes back to one of those plantations. DeMarcus Ware grew up in Mississippi, former football player. They all go back to that same genocidal slaughterhouse. So yes, for those of us that have paid those blood dues by lineage, there is a different kind of debt that has been accrued. Of course, I believe in restorative justice for all the forms of racism that other black people have faced too. We're not stopping anybody else from getting their restorative justice, but there is a sacred ongoing debt that has not been paid. And I have witnessed it in my own family's life. I have 2 grandfathers that both served this country in the military. One white, one black. Guess which half of my family is buried in Arlington National? And guess which half of my family had access to the GI Bill and to preferential loans for housing, right? So the generational wealth gap, I have witnessed it and seen it. And when I get my reparations, I'm donating it. Personally. But pay us what we're due.